Hello everyone, my name is Peter Dennis, and I'm the author of this book, Spirituality, Understanding It, and Pursuing It. Today I want to present the second in a series of videos that come from this book, and I want to, in this video, clarify exactly what spirituality is, and in so doing, present a way that you can look at it and I think get a clearer understanding of that concept. Imagine, if you will, that you have an electronic microscope, and you can look at anything with it. It can be a table, a wall, your hand, whatever. But as you look at it and dial in that electronic microscope, you begin to see under the surface. And if you dial down enough, you begin to see the molecules. And after that, you get into the atoms, the electrons, the protons, the quarks, and you get right down to the smallest thing that science has been able to find so far, and it's referred to as a quantum. It's called that because the scientists really don't know exactly what it is. They have discovered that it actually reacts to the expectations of the observer. So if the observer expects it to behave as a particle, it does. And if they expect it to behave as a wave, it does. So they're a little bit mystified by it. It blows a lot of Newtonian physics out of the water, and it gives rise to what is known as quantum mechanics or quantum physics. Now, the spaces between the particles, or the quantum, is immense, and yet it's not empty. It's filled with a vibrating energy. And it turns out that everything and everyone is filled with this vibrating energy. And interestingly, everything and everyone has its own unique rate of vibration or frequency. So yours is absolutely unique and different from everyone else's. Now, interestingly, there are two things that correlate with the rate of vibration. One is consciousness, and the other is density. Consciousness is simply our awareness of what's going on inside us and around us. And density is a sense of solidity, physicality, that kind of thing. So basically, as vibration gets faster, consciousness expands and density becomes lighter and less solid. Let me give you some examples to illustrate. If you had a very low vibration, you might have, for example, a rock. And the consciousness of a rock is very low. Science would tell you it doesn't even exist. But that's because they can't measure it, and in due course they will, and they'll discover that probably everything in creation has some level of consciousness. But a rock with a low vibration also gives the illusion of a lot of solidity, very dense. Now, if you were to raise the vibration a little bit more, you would come to the vibration of a plant. Now, a plant has a little more consciousness. It's aware of where the sun is. It can lean in that direction. It can open and close nighttime, daytime, and it can sense where water is and send its roots in that direction. Now, if you raise the vibration yet more, you come to an animal. Now, an animal has yet more consciousness. It's aware of danger. It can care for its young. It can organize in packs. As well, you begin to see a little of the non-physical in an animal. It seems to have emotion. It seems to have some ways of thinking. Now, if you raise the vibration even more, you get to a human, and of course there is more of the non-physical, because you can do an autopsy and you'll never find the mind, determination, persistence, perseverance, tenacity, willpower. All those things that humans can exhibit are non-physical. So as the vibration rises to the level of human, you get expanded consciousness and yet less physicality and more spirituality. So the idea overall is that as you raise vibration, you are expanding consciousness and rising towards spirituality and getting eventually to a point where you can no longer sustain a human body. Now, we are spiritual beings by nature. We have taken on a physical body in order to have a human experience. And in the next video coming from the book, I'll talk about why we have that human experience and what it is exactly we are doing here on planet Earth. So for now, just remember everything's about vibration, and as we raise vibration, we are advancing towards spirituality. So that's it for now. If you care to order the book, you can see the information at the bottom, and this is what it looks like. Bye for now. See you next time.